Ahoy and welcome back once again to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a watch that I've had my eye on for quite some time. When I first saw this watch, I thought, oi oi, Addy's Dive are going after Seiko Alpinist fans. This watch has been around for a little while. It's not a new release, but I thought I still wanted to get it in to explore whether or not this was a viable Seiko Alpinist alternative. Now, if you're not familiar with the Seiko Alpinist, where have you been for the last 10-15 years or so? And if you are familiar with the Seiko Alpinist, then you'll know that Seiko created an incredible watch a little while ago, the Saab 017. It's become a bit of a classic, and I was lucky enough to pick one up a few years ago. I've kept hold of it because these are very desirable watches, so there's no wonder brands like Addy's Dive are sort of going after Seiko Alpinist enthusiasts. Although Seiko have relaunched or recreated this watch, it's just not the same. Now, the watch in question is the AD2055. It's been sent to me by the addysdivewatches.com website. The day-to-day price is around $110 US, around £85. When they discount this watch in the sale, you can pick it up for $79 US, making this watch incredible value. Now, because I am a Seiko Saab 017 owner and lover, I was very excited when this watch turned up. I couldn't wait to unbox it, and my first impressions were it's a little bit more bulky than I was hoping. When you look at these watches side by side, you can see that the Addy's Dive is far less refined. I was also a little bit disappointed with the colour of the gold on the hands more so than the dial. It's more of a mustard yellow than gold. I was also a little bit disappointed that it wasn't more similar to the Seiko Alpinist. I knew it wasn't going to be an accurate homage or copy, but it's really quite different. I saw a brilliant comment online from someone saying, looks like it's trying to be an Alpinist, but then gave up and quit. And that is basically how it seems. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I know very accurate homage watches or copies do get a lot of stick online. And so in some respects, this might actually be a better direction to go for a brand like Addy's Dive, a watch that sort of looks a little bit like a very well-known popular watch, but yeah, not a very accurate copy or homage. Right, some of the specifications I haven't covered yet. 316L stainless steel, 200 meters of water resistance. That's pretty good. C3 loom, screw down caseback, screw down crown. NH35 inside of this watch. I think that's what we would expect for the price. Of course, there is the date complication on the dial, so no ghost position on the crown. Flat sapphire crystal, no mention of AR coating on the listing. Solid end links, solid links, split pins, milled in elements to the clasp, pressed outer shell with 5 micro adjustment options. Steel finishing looks good. It's mostly brushed. The sides of the bracelet are polished, and there are some polished chamfered edges on the outer shell of the clasp, but the case is fully brushed. So what gives it Seiko Alpinist vibes? Well, that mix of green and gold. I really do like green and gold colours together on watches. I think it looks fantastic when it's done right. It's almost unbeatable. I don't think it's been done quite right on this watch. I don't mind the green dial, actually. That's quite nice. I like the colour, but like I've said already, the yellow on the dial, it's more mustard yellow than gold. So it's not really a gold and green mix, is it? The large Arabics on the dial and those 5-minute markers giving it a sort of Alpinist look again, although there's no internal rotating compass bezel. Having said that, when I first saw this watch, I did think, oh, Seiko Alpinist vibes, nice. So I do see why some people have drawn similarities or seen similarities with this watch to the Seiko Alpinist, either the old one or the new one. And it is to some degree a viable alternative. It's very cheap. The original Seiko Alpinist is a fortune now. It costs a fortune. You can't buy them new, obviously. It's been replaced by a newer model. So if you want an original Seiko Alpinist, you're going to have to buy either a second-hand watch or find a new old stock watch, and they are not going to be cheap. Prices have gone up a little bit like the Seiko SKX. And because this is such a high spec, low cost watch, and at a glance, I mean, if you squint and really try hard, you can sort of see similarities between this watch and the Seiko Alpinist. It does make it a very affordable option if you're not interested in spending the small fortune that you would need to spend on an actual Seiko Alpinist, because even the new ones are expensive now, aren't they? I understand why people have drawn that conclusion, although I myself was a little bit disappointed when it turned up. I think I was expecting a little bit more familiarity with it. When you look at this watch individually, while not drawing comparisons to the Seiko Alpinist, I think you'll be impressed with it if you like the way it looks. Incredible specifications, incredible price, very good build quality. But in terms of it being a good, affordable alternative to a Seiko Alpinist, that is a tough one. I can see why some people have said it is. I can also understand why some people have said it isn't. I think I'm going to say it probably is, as long as you understand it's really not too similar to a Seiko Alpinist. I mean, I started the video by saying the first time I saw it, the Seiko Alpinist was the first watch that popped into my head. So I can see why people might be interested in this watch to fill that gap in their collection. So yeah, I'm going to say it is. I'm going to say it is a good, affordable alternative to a Seiko Alpinist, but nothing beats the real thing if you are in a position to get a genuine Seiko Alpinist. And I actually saw one not that long ago during the Black Friday sale, half price. That is actually an incredible alternative to the genuine Seiko Saab 017. Right guys, as always, let me know what you think of the video and the watch in the video. I look forward to reading your comments. Take care, have a lovely week.